3 turnovers for Tua Tagovailoa as the Dolphins are unalived by the Colts, 33-8. Let's react on Outside the Pot. Boo. We stunk. We stunk up the place. I can't even begin to. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. Yeah. Let's talk about it. But hey, outside the pod here in Miami Dolphins podcast, I am Danny. Across from me or on the other side is my brother Jules, the ref killer. Two brothers from the southwest of the United States, and we love talking about the Miami Dolphins. We've been lifelong fans. Ups and downs. Today was a down, and but yeah, 33-8. The Colts were focused today. I think. Maybe it was a Jim Irsay day, right? Maybe it was the ghost of Jim Irsay on his day getting inducted into the Colts Ring of Honor, or I think this is what they called it. And yeah, maybe it was his ghost that just led him to a 33-8 route to break their curse of 11 straight home opener losses. Jules,
well,
are the Dolphins that bad, or were the Colts that good?
Dude, we need to call Ghostbusters then. If it was the ghost of Jim Irsay, who you gonna call? Are you kidding me? This is about the sorriest bunch of football fucking players I've seen in a long damn time, dude. I don't care if it was Jim Irsay or Jesus Christ. Gotta play football, man. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of talking, bro. You thought people were talking then? Because Mike McDaniel and your team ain't doing anything. We're talking You're supposed to be doing, bro. That's what you said. That's what you said.
Hey, Dolphins got Jules hot today. Hey, I'll tell you what. It is the first game of the season. We talked about this coming into the episode. You don't want to have a knee-jerk reaction, right? And for those of you that are probably going to be calling out, I'm not on social media right now. I'm not on X. I'm not monitoring any of that information right now. I don't know the latest on the injuries that happened during the game and anything. But specifically, I'm not looking at what everybody's saying, all the doomers out there. Probably trying to call out for Tua's head, for Mike McDaniel's head. And we need to pump the brakes on that because there's nothing good that's going to happen with that noise. So at the end of the day, this is the team we have this year. But they did not perform today. Anyway, back to the question, though.
Well,
were the Colts that bad? I mean, that good? And are we that bad? Or are we that bad?
Well, now that I got that out of the way, sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
I was holding on to that for 3 hours, but anyways. So it just
I mean, that's what we're here for. I mean, we do. Hey, in this show, we definitely want to get the reactions. We're fans. We're not beat writers. We don't we're not in here trying to pretend like we know anything. We just want to react as fans, and Jules just reacted as a fan. And I think a lot of you, and myself included, can relate with that reaction. So go ahead, Jules. Sorry.
No, you're good. The Colts are. We just got to talk about today. The Colts were that good today. We got to give them all the credit. The Colts had a good game plan. They were focused. They were motivated. It was Jim Irsay day. Of course, it's gonna be different for them. They're gonna be refreshed. Man, they were just ready, dude. You gotta give them credit. However, that's also think about McDaniel, because this is now your whatever year. Tua, this is your 6th year. Like you gotta be prepared for this, man.
Yeah.
So I got problems with Tua's play for damn sure, and I definitely have problems with McDaniel's play calling and game plan. That whole how do you let this shit happen?
Yeah. And we'll get that into more detail. What we should point out is Tua had 3 turnovers and 17 points came out of that. So, yeah, a lot of the blame will be, as it should. But yeah, and you're absolutely right. I think the Colts came out to play today. Jones looked perfect. There was maybe a couple of throws where it went that good. You know, you kind of saw the old Daniel Jones come out, and mostly it was the game plan, and he executed it. I'm gonna the good comp here would be Nick Foles in that Super Bowl win. They came out with a great plan, and Nick Foles executed it to a T. Yeah. That's what Daniel Jones did today on the Dolphins.
Absolutely.
But Absolutely. So yeah, I would say that I'm sure it's a little bit of both, right? The Dolphins didn't come out at all. They did not come out at all. But the Colts executed the plan. And they played for Jim Irsay and his daughter, the new owner, looks like she's involved, and the Colts just look like they were 100 times better than us today. What do you think? Go ahead.
Sorry. They executed. We didn't.
Yep.
It's just the bottom line. They outplayed us. They outcoached us. They came out exactly like we thought it was going to happen. And I've been saying this. How do you not prepare for this shit? Like, you know that they're going to come inspired. I mentioned this. This is a trap game. These are the types of games that we find a way to lose. This was way more ugly than some of the stuff that we did, last couple of years. But how do you not know that this would or could happen?
Yeah.
It looks like we prepare for Daniel Jones with the Giants. This is a different team, different coaching staff.
That might have been
why are you thinking that Daniel Jones is going to be the same Daniel Jones that he was with the Giants? You can't. And then it didn't look like we made any adjustments at all on either side of the ball. Well, a little bit on the D, but not much. They were a step ahead every time.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I start to see it as a reoccurrence with the Dolphins and Mike McDaniel, is that it seems like the coaching's always one step ahead. When we're losing, it's because that coach was one step ahead, and that happens, it seems to me, every freaking time.
Too often it happens.
Yeah. A little bit more specific. What do you think offensively, I guess we could touch on the Tua play. What else do you think went wrong with the offense?
I think it all starts with Tua. You got to start with Tua in the offense. He was off. There is no excuse for his performance today. Like how does that happen? You miss a throw, you're not protecting the ball. These are exactly the things you said you worked on, bro. It all starts with you. And you're out there in the sideline sitting down laughing at shit. I don't know what you're laughing at over there.
I did
Like
notice that also, and I was a little. I was
I
a
need
little.
to see you throwing helmets around and like dumping a fucking Gatorade, bucket somewhere.
A lot of
Something.
people don't like that, right? I'm a big, I kind of I'm with you. Like, I'm not a big fan of, like, oh yeah, yeah, we'll get them next time, like just laughing and joking in the sideline. Like, I'm fired up, man.
I get that there's times when you do and times when you don't. Tell me, when is it a good time when you do? If not this, if not this,
Yeah.
the
This
Colts,
We were
both these
supposed to win.
teams.
We're supposed to win this game, man.
Yeah.
This is already the worst. The nightmare has already started. I mean, it's already the rest of, and the Jets didn't look bad today, and we'll get into that because I mean, if the Jets and everybody in the division is gonna kick our ass, and then we have other teams that are gonna kick our ass all through the season, this is not looking good. Because, like I said, you have to start good against the Colts this today, and it just didn't happen. But yeah, you're right. And I'll let you continue. But yeah, it starts with Tua, two interceptions, one fumble, 3 turnovers total. That fumble, he had the ball on his damn hand, just flailing it around. You have to take, you gotta accept your licks, bro. And and punt the ball at that point, especially because you're injury prone, and you weren't protecting the ball, you weren't protecting yourself on that particular play. I was freaking fired up. I was hot, man. You have to take the sack or throw it away. Do something else with it. You can't be losing the ball. Tuck it in. Go down. Curl up. The play
We
calling.
shouldn't have even gotten to that point. In my opinion. You already got a guard that went down. We already know that the offensive line is still trying to grow into its own.
Mm-hmm.
You already saw the pressure coming in the first series. We saw the pressure coming. Got to do something right away. Right away. Screen passes. Fake it to HN every time. Because these are your stars. If you're not going to get the ball to them, you got to know that the Colts are game planning for them. Even if you're not going to give the ball to them. Fake the ball to HN and then throw quickly to someone else, one of your other. How is it that you have so many threats on your team and you're not getting the ball to them? Like, or at least fake it. Have Tyreek, like motion and then come in and then fake it to him, fake a pitch to him, and then hand it off to HN. Like, do something more creative. You're supposed to be the offensive guru.
Yeah. And that's all. I was just about to say that. Very frustrating for an offensive guru as a head coach. Very frustrating. Talk about the play calling. I mean, you kind of touched on it, but predictable as as it was last year. We were seeing the continuation of last year as far as the play calling went.
Dude, we may not know ball.
No,
but
I don't.
how many times? No, yeah, and I don't. I'll admit it. But how many times did we say, like, we were chatting, both you and I, during the game, and how many times did we call it on both sides? Oh, they're gonna do this against us. Oh, we're gonna do this. Oh, and we called it. They did exactly what we said they were gonna do. This telegraphing the play. Use something. This was supposed to be your bread and butter. Like, you're faking it to one guy, one threat, let the defense go one way, and then pass it or hand it off the other way. It's like that was your bread and butter, dude. Where was that?
Yeah.
It's just uninspired.
Yeah,
It's not
I
like
mean,
these are new guys.
on the play
Like,
calling side, they gave up on the run way too soon. And I
yeah,
get it. He wants to be a passing type of, he wants it to be a passing offense. And like Herbert did it
you
this,
still
against the Chiefs, they passed. And I get it. But you have HN and you need to open up, yeah, especially when your passes is not, obviously Tua needed some more time to warm up. He needed his legs underneath. They weren't underneath him. He wasn't doing it. So he needed more time. And HN was producing. There was a couple of stops, but you can't just throw the flag. You can't give up on it just because he had a couple of 1-yarders or no gain. The rest of he still averaged. I mean, I don't know. I'm not looking at the numbers, but he probably still averaged like freaking 6.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. You
And then
abandoned it
never
too.
brought in Ollie Gordon to give it. Not until too late. I think
Yeah.
too late
Mm-hmm.
to give it a different element on the offense.
A different look.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You
And
abandoned it too early.
yeah.
It was, even if you're not going to hand it off to him, do something with him. Move him around. Put him out on the edge as if you're going to throw it to him, and then give it to someone else. Like, use
Yeah.
people as decoys. Like, I mean, it was just very, very frustrating, man. I don't even know what to.
That Daniels got injured, so it may have been a factor on his play calling. I'm gonna give him the bone, but at the end of the day, now, I mean, I'm trying to be nice at this point. You should have still continued to run the ball. How
The
do you
other thing
feel?
too, though.
Go ahead.
The other thing too, though, is, as you mentioned, Daniel's injury. I thought the offensive line did pretty well. A couple of those, because it wasn't even you. It wasn't like you saw them getting beat every play. There was a couple of blitzes that they didn't pick up.
Mhm.
So it wasn't like a guy, he tried to block him, but then got beat. No, they didn't even try to block him. There was something wrong with the scheme or the blocking scheme, or somebody, running back or a tight end missed an assignment or something when they saw that blitz coming.
Yeah,
But they came in untouched.
Yeah, somebody's got to be shifting the protection, right? Is that on the quarterback? Is that on the center? Whatever it may be. Again, I'm not a head coach. I'm not an all-lineman coach. So I'm going to say that up front. But good teams are picking those up with their tight end, with their running backs, whatever the case may be. Good teams are picking those blitz up. And some of these guys are scot-free to the quarterback. The defense. How do you feel?
I mean, there was a lot of stuff that seemed weak, but I'm gonna give them a pass. In general, there's a couple of plays in there that you could say, well, come on, man. But let me mention 3 things. One, in general, I'll give them a pass because what defense survives the amount of turnovers and the amount of just 3 and outs? When you give the ball away and your offense isn't sustaining, the defense is just going to tire out, and then it's over at that point. So that's one.
It's
2,
already hard enough to play defense. It's already hard enough, especially with the secondary that we got.
Yeah. And 2, to me, I think the blitzing and stuff should have been out there more than they did. I know they did a lot, but I thought they probably should have done a little bit more. I think Daniel Jones does make mistakes. When there was pressure on him, he missed targets.
Mm-hmm.
He overthrew, he underthrew, he rushed it.
Yep.
So if our pass rush wasn't getting in, and I know that maybe we wants to make sure that we get pressure just from our frontline guys instead of blitzing people. I get that, but it wasn't working right away. I mean, right away you could tell they were doing a good job. Where was Willie Gay?
Yeah.
Like, you didn't put him in for? I didn't even see his number called at all. Right? I know he's not starting or whatever, but you gotta, the guy was flying around the whole time, and it just seemed like he didn't even get in any meaningful playing time. The other guy was Jordan Phillips. He didn't come in until like almost the fourth quarter, as far as I can tell. I got to look at the tape again, but I don't know. Trying different things, and then that one play on fourth down when they need 1 yard, and I told you they're going to pass it against us, and they did.
Wide
And
open.
if you need 1 yard, why was the safety 15 yards deep on that play? So there's and then the Matthew Jude onto the kicker. I get it. He's new. He maybe went.
I mean,
come on, man. It doesn't matter. There's just at minimum, just don't touch the kicker, bro. That's like,
yeah, I mean, I really don't feel that bad about it, bro, because that happens, right? Unfortunately, it happened at the time that it happened because those guys are coming full speed, bro. And somebody clips, at the end, they kind of dive over their own teammates or whatever the case may be. And they end up, rolling or falling into the kicker, who's obviously kind of in a forward motion and is obviously going to do their best to take that. They're looking to get that running into the kicker play or call.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's jumping a little bit forward, a little bit more than he probably needs to, and then he's falling, obviously taking his leg into the defensive player. I mean, I feel like it's gonna happen. I don't care about that one so much. I know it happened, and it happened in a bad spot, and it kind of took, the wind out of like, hey, we're getting the ball back, and it was kind of in the time of the game where we still maybe had a chance to come back, get back into this game and compete for the W. So it did deflate us. So it wasn't an inopportune time for that to happen to us. But I mean, fudge. You know what I mean? But yeah, on that pass play, Melifonwu was the safety. Way out there. The dude was wide open, 3 yards slant, and yeah, I mean, wide open. And he got the 5-6 yards or whatever after Melifonwu was there late. And we talked about this, as soon as it happened, where's Ashton Davis? And he basically came in after that for the rest of the game. After that play, you ended up seeing Ashton Davis a lot more because, yeah, they were probably like, you know what, Ashton, go ahead and get yourself out there because that was terrible play by Melifonwu. So, and then after that, I felt like I saw Ashton Davis on the play. Like I saw him on the field making plays, making tackles, being around the football, and it was obvious like this, this might be the two that need to be out there, right? Because Fitzpatrick was in on plays as well. He didn't play a bad game.
And I think that is the plan, right? I think that is the plan. I think Ashton just coming out of an injury. I think that's the reason why we're seeing Melifonwu will start here. But you're right. I Ashton, once you start seeing the number and the name and making, you could tell right away that Ashton Davis was having a much better day than Melifonwu. Yeah. Go ahead.
I just wanted to throw out for the defense. They gave up a few conversions on fourth, and but at the same time, I wanna say that the Colts just did not respect our offense and had a lot of respect for their defense, and that's the reason. I mean, they're blowing us out. But they're like, we're just going to go on fourth because if we don't make it, their offense ain't going to do anything. So that's the kind of stuff that I was just like, I can't believe this, man. That means they did not respect Tua with the ball in his hand today.
That's what you're supposed to do, man. This is the NFL.
Yeah.
Put the pedal to the metal.
I'm not crying about it. I'm not saying, the Colts were,
no.
this
I know,
bull crap, Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying, just credit to them, man. They played a pretty perfect game.
Yeah.
I mean, the time that we scored, it was just on, they're playing prevent defense. Everything underneath is open. And,
Yeah.
and Achan made a great play. But this seems like a bad nightmare where I thought what the Colts did, I thought this is what the Dolphins, what I expected the Dolphins to do to the Colts and not the other way around,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Especially for the defense, right? The defense, I thought our defense was going to look like their defense as far as the front seven did.
Yeah.
I mean, Atu freaking with the interception. I almost forgot. I know that dude's a great player, bro. But, yeah, I mean, like I said, credit to the Colts. I might have underestimated their defense specifically. I mean, not to say, we talked about it in the preview. We said their defense is good. They're serviceable defense. But they looked better than I thought they would. And they looked like they provided the pressure a little bit more often than I think we did. How many sacks they have? Like 3? Something like that. So, yeah.
At least. And that's the other thing. Like, Tua's getting that there was a couple of them that were hard hits, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
all right. Is it too early to call for Mike McDaniel's head? Tua's head? What do you think? I mean, I kind of touched on it when we first in the intro, basically, right? And, it might be too early, but what do you think?
It is too early. It is. It is too early. However, how do you come back from this? We talked about it in the preview show that we did, the show before the game, a few days before the game. We said, how do you come back from a loss? Because you've been talking all this shit. Even though you said you're not talking, you are talking. You are saying, you want to win. There's a change of culture. We're not the same. Well, however you said it, but that's what you meant. But all we saw is more of the same. Not only more of the same, but worse, which is even worse. I was just saying, if we lose, I didn't even say how bad we lost. Just lose. How do you come back from that? Because you were not supposed to lose this. If you're saying what that if you are describing a team that you're describing this whole offseason, this is not the game that you would have lost. That's what you said. And that's what was the expectation. That's the expectation that was set. So, man, and we talked about this, the first inkling of adversity. How do you get up from this? It's going to be really hard, man.
Yeah.
So you can't call for heads right now yet. It's the first game. But it is bad. It is a really bad look, man. And it's hard to maintain hope that we're going to turn it around.
Yeah, let me just go. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, because this is the game that you're gonna. It just gets harder from here. Just the 3 games coming up on the schedule. The Jets look pretty good. The Bills and Patriots. It's not gonna get easier from here. So, is it already over? No, but I don't think it's gonna be easy at all to get back up from this. And if I would have saw more fight, if we'd have lost like a last-second field goal, maybe it'd be different. As long as we were being competitive the whole game, but it wasn't competitive at all, dude. It was over in like the second quarter somewhere.
Nah, it was almost over in the first, bro, because you saw that deflated type of play from the Miami Dolphins. it seemed like they weren't ready at all. It seemed like a preseason cobwebs are still there. Freaking, you can't shake them. Everybody was kind of playing lost. That's what it seemed like to me, like a very early preseason game, the first drive, but the whole game, it was like that. The whole game was like that. And I didn't quite see almost anything that was like, getting my hopes up for the remainder of the season. And that's where it's like, dude, I mean, another showing like this against the Patriots next week. What I mean, is that the time? Is that the time to start calling heads? Another picture basically the exact, because I feel like, I mean, the Colts and the Patriots could be pretty comparable. You know what I mean? Like another showing like that. Would that be the time? Another 33-0 against the Patriots at home. I'm pretty sure they got a loss. They took a loss today. I think the Patriots, right? Like I said, when I'm watching football, I'm focused on the Dolphins only. So I don't know what happened throughout the league. So looking real quick. From what I remember seeing, they were down like 20-10 last I looked.
Yeah, I think that was the final score. Yeah.
You think that was final?
It was 2013.
2013?
Yeah.
So against Pete Carroll and the Raiders, Austin Genty had a touchdown. I remember that. I don't know if he really did, a lot too much besides that. But, I mean, I guess the jury's out on the Raiders still and the Patriots. So I'm not, but either way, I feel like, I mean, you could be in danger real quick early this season for Mike McDaniel. I think you could be in danger. Ross, you better not be so nice to me. I don't know, man. I don't want to get down that road just yet because it is the week one. But why still, Mike, why did we stop running the ball or not really even starting? Why not input Ollie Gordon early and start pounding the rock, man? I don't get it. And once you got behind too much, at that point, yeah, you have no choice, but you need to get chunk plays. But you still need to throw a run here and there. And you did, but definitely not often enough.
I don't know how many times we talked about it. We talked about it so much that it all starts with the running game. That's how it happened in 2023. Yeah, like freaking Waddle and Tyreek had 3,000 yards or whatever. But it all started with the running game. It was Mostert, Wilson.
Yeah.
It was that first. And then it opened up everything else. But it just seems like McDaniel is just enamored with just throwing it down the field every time. When you don't have the key ingredients for that. You can't have Tua holding onto the ball that much in the pocket and trying to figure out who's going to be open. When you first gotta give him a couple punches in the gut so that everything else gets to open up. And you went away from that, man. Way too early. Way too early. And it just seemed like the same inside play again, same inside play. Try something different, man. Try a couple of screens. You did try them later on in the game, but something quicker. That's what the Colts were doing. The Colts game planned perfectly for this. They said, okay, the Dolphins pass rush is going to come in. It's going to come after us. And the first things they started doing, quick passes, handoffs. I mean, they were passing it like almost every down the first couple series.
Yeah.
But it was quick.
Run that much. They didn't run that much.
But it was quick.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. I guess it is against my gripe about running the ball enough. Yeah, you got Malik Washington, who's a freaking monster at getting open and running after the catch. We saw it late in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Use him more. You know what I mean?
There,
If the other two, if number one and number two are not, or 10 and 17, however you want to call it, if they're not getting open, use Malik Washington. There was one good play to Connors. There should have
yeah.
been more just like that one down the middle. Why bring in Zach Wilson for the last drive?
I don't know, man. You're trying to salvage a game, trying to make something positive out of it.
Yeah.
You know that the offense wasn't executing as well. Then why not leave him out? I would have left him out there. Try to figure out some stuff. Like you have an opportunity here for basically a live practice. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a coach out there, but man, if you know the shit's not working and maybe you want to try some other things out, well, this is a perfect opportunity and maybe get something positive out of it. I know you got the 8 points, but man, leave them out there and have them figure things out. I don't know. Just kind of to get that bad taste out of your mouth,
Yeah. That they're probably gonna say, Mike McDaniel's gonna say something to the tune of, "Hey, just trying to save. We knew that game was, and in Mike McDaniel words, it's probably gonna be, that game was out of our hands, and we're trying to save Tua from getting injured, or something like that." But no, you're absolutely right. You have to give this team and the fans something to look forward to. Or you're saving them for even more humiliation. I'll take that more, actually, now that I think about it. Are you saving Tua from more humiliation this game to save his mental health and maybe, so he doesn't continue to do it? But Daniel, would have said, no, get your butt back out there and give me 7. I would have brought him in and I would have said, I need 7 before we end this game. Because this is not how we're going to end this game. Mm-hmm. We're not going to end it with freaking Zach Wilson, taking a knee or freaking sliding before he got out of bounds to let the clock run. It's obviously that was the plan. Just freaking just go ahead and what's the word I'm looking for? Just quit. Just freaking that was it. So we were laughing at him, right? Because we thought, what a dumbass. He slid to keep the clock rolling. But now I'm starting to think that was the freaking plan all along. Just end the game.
Dude.
No way, bro. I don't like that.
Say that. No, me neither. And
I don't like that at all, bro.
And I would have expected to. And I saw him he was putting his helmet on and everything. He was expecting to come out. Like if you're trying to say, if one of these McDanielisms, and I kind of looked at Twitter for a couple of comments from out of the post game conference, and it's all a bunch of excuses and
yeah, of course, of course.
But if you're gonna say that we're trying to keep Tua's mental health intact, that he doesn't embarrass himself further, I'm like, isn't it worse to say, you know what, you suck today, go sit down, and we're going to put Zach freaking Wilson in to slide on a play that he should have gone out of bounds to save time? Like who's doing this? Who's that? Who? Why? Dude, the best thing for you to do is to get the most positive you can, because this kind of shit drags out. I might not have played in the NFL, but I did play a little ball in high school. And when shit's going bad, you can drag it out for the next few weeks or even the whole season if you're
Yeah.
not getting anything positive about playing football.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And one thought that I just had, and I'm like, these guys, I feel like is my echo up all of a sudden?
No, you good.
Testing, testing,
You sound
testing,
good.
testing, 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 testing. Am I turning my volume down?
You sound good, man. You
Oh
sound the
yeah,
same.
okay. I guess it's just my.
Oh yeah, there is more echo.
There is an echo, right? How about now?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Just
So I must have rubbed it or something.
hey, keep that to yourself. It's like,
Must have rubbed it or something. Hey,
especially not on camera. What's wrong with
yeah.
you, man?
So yeah, we warned you early in the series. Might be some sexual innuendos. Anyway, I lost my
I ain't
train of
participating in
thought.
that.
I lost my thought. Oh yeah.
See,
So some of these guys were getting banged up, and that's worrisome. Jalen Waddle, Eskridge, obviously, Storm Duck was out. Daniels is out. So I get it. Maybe he's throwing in the white towel at this point to salvage some of these players on offense. It looked like even Tyreek Hill seemed like he was maybe a little banged up too. He's shaking his head a few times. He ran out of the field, calling in for somebody to replace him several times that I saw. So maybe he had a little bit of an idea or a thought that maybe his players were starting to get beat up. But if that is the case, what are you expecting? This is week 1. What's the difference between the Dolphins and every freaking other team out there? Why do we seem like we're just made out of glass? I don't know. Either way, some of the good things that I saw though this game, and you talked about it earlier, is when Benito Jones kind of came out towards probably about half the game through, and or maybe even the fourth quarter, and I started seeing Jordan Phillips a little bit more. Jordan Phillips had like 4 straight stops on the. Yeah, it wasn't Jonathan Taylor, it was the other running back. Can't remember his name, but stuffed.
yeah.
Looking good still. I mean, watch out, Benito Jones. I think they're just giving you the veteran respect right now to let you start. But I think Jordan Phillips is going to be the starter before long.
Yeah, he's picking up where he left off, right, in training camp, because he was a freaking monster in camp, and he just continues to make plays, moving the pocket. He shifts very well to either side to chase down the ball carrier. It's hilarious how he's able to get through blocks and make the play. I mean, it's awesome to see. A very, very good bright spot for the Dolphin D for sure is Jordan Phillips. Absolutely.
Yeah, on the offensive side, we had Malik Washington. I think had a pretty good game. Still able to be that safety blanket, that comfort zone for Tua, and he needs to use them a lot more because his yards after the catch have been pretty good so far. Still bringing it over from the preseason. And I think we need to design some plays for Malik, especially on like check down situations. If he's underneath, get him the ball, and he pick up a few more yards. His return game is pretty well. They're pretty good on the return, on punt returns and kick returns. If we had any punt returns or freaking kick returns, so I'm happy with Malik Washington this game so far. And Devon Achane, like I said, he probably averaged. I don't have the the stuff up, me. I guess I could pull it up while we kind of, talk about it. But Devon Achane is still. He had that run. Was it a yeah, for the touchdown where they had him 5 yards out, and he took on 3 defenders for the touchdown.
I'll tell you what, that was the play of the game, dude. There was no better play than that.
Give the ball to your playmakers. And right now, it ain't Waddle. Right now, it's not Tyreek Hill. Right now, it's Malik Washington and Devon Achane. Those are your playmakers right now. You give them the ball.
Yeah. And I get it that Tyreek and Waddle are going to attract attention, but use that. Mm-hmm. Use it. Because if you have Achane out there with Hill and Waddle on the same side of the field, and you're trying to do a pass play, like this was a pass play, right? The one that he scored on. The other guys are going to be the ones attracting the attention, and he's going to be open. Like use that. Use the attention the other guys attract. And I know he thinks this, but why aren't we executing that? Right? Like this isn't rocket science, right? You got these playmakers. Why isn't at least one guy open? You kidding me? Yeah, and I don't know. But you got to run the ball. Run the ball. Just start with that.
Devon
Go back to basics.
Devon Achane.
Yeah.
7 carries. You ready for this? For 55 yards. 7 carries for 55 yards. That's a 7.8. 7.9 if we round it up. Yards per carry.
That's ridiculous. How he didn't get it?
I want to freaking cry right now, bro.
Like how is he not getting it 25 times? How is he not getting it 25 times?
Ridiculous. Jonathan Taylor, 18 carries for 71 yards.
That's stupid.
3.9. A 4-yard average for Jonathan Taylor. 7 carries for 55 yards for freaking Devon Achane. Granted, they were on offense a lot more, and Taylor left, but the average alone. That tells you, I mean, that's not bad for the defense, right? When you hold Jonathan Taylor for 4 yards a carry, that's not terrible. You would like it to be probably, 3 or under, probably, to make it, yay, we stopped it. Because he had a few good carries.
Isn't that one? Go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, so the average is up because he did have like 2 or 3 like 10-yard carries. So that means that they stopped him for no gain or short gain several times, bro. And I saw it. I remember thinking, oh, that's a good stop of Jonathan Taylor. That's a good stop of Jonathan Taylor. Like I said, he had a couple of chunk plays, averaged to 4 yards a carry.
That's crazy. He also had 3 catches for 20 yards and a touchdown. Devon Achane. So how the heck is he not getting 25 touches a game, dude?
Oh, I mean, you could say ridiculous. because he's small, but 7. But 7?
15. Give him 15.
Yeah, give him
and
15.
Give Ollie 10 to 12.
Yeah.
And then give Malik 1 or 2 carries.
Yeah. On the outside, yeah, a little fucking end around.
Because he did have a carry one that it worked. But that's the thing. You have so many playmakers that there's no way. Even the best defenses in this league are not supposed to keep up with this amount of firepower. So there's something wrong. There's something fishy and wrong going on there when you can't figure it out, when you have all these weapons.
Yeah.
What is it? Where is it? Somebody tell me. Get in the comments. Tell me who knows. Anybody who knows ball. Like, how is this happening?
Yeah. Yeah. If you know ball, because I know a lot of you guys out there that especially troll some of these people's accounts. All you guys know ball, so come and let us know, because we don't. Let us know what they're doing. You know what I mean? Let us know how we could improve, how Mike McDaniel could improve his offense. Get in the conversation. Like and subscribe, of course. Let me take the moment to throw that out there. But yeah, next week, and I guess because we're already into close to an hour, and maybe we'll hopefully preview next week's game before next week's game. If not, for sure, we'll have an episode to recap. But next week in Miami against the New England Patriots, Drake May, they lost today. And this is another game that we probably almost everybody in Miami and a lot of people probably had Miami winning as part of their predictions for the season and their record. Should have been Colts, New England at home specifically, right? Because we're probably losing in New England, especially now the way I see this team. But yeah, that's next week, 14th of September, same time in Miami. They need to wake it up, bro. They need to do something different. I mean, if this is the same showing again, I mean, Mike McDaniel, I'll keep this conversation to closed doors. But we'll talk about it then. Like I said, we'll try to get a preview in. In the meantime, I appreciate everybody showing up. Give us a like and subscribe. Chop, even though Chop didn't really do too much today, but chop that subscribe button. I'm sure he'll get it. He'll get into it. I'm not too concerned with the front seven still at this point. I know they didn't show up that much. They have a sack. Chubb did get in there for a sack. But Colts had a good game plan, and they were throwing it out quick. So they had a game plan for our seven. So we need to execute the offense, though. And any finals for you?
Run the freaking ball. Run the freaking ball. Give it to Achane at least 15 times.
We talked about it, man.
If it doesn't happen next week, head's gonna roll.
Somebody it has to happen, bro. If that doesn't happen, it has to happen. But anyway, again,
let's get out of here.
Let's get to it next week. We'll talk about it. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully a preview episode, and then if not, we'll talk about it on the recap of New England, Miami next week. Fins up still. We're gonna continue to fins up, and yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna burn it, bro. Just kidding. I'm gonna burn it.
Nah. I'm gonna drink some bleach. My life as a Miami Dolphins freaking fan. I'm gonna drink some bleach. Nah. All right. See y'all next week. Fins up.